Hello. So I'm at my parking right now, and this is when I got a shovel. Ain't that interesting, huh? As you can see, look at all that snow. So I'm parked on the side of the road right now, and I'm testing out my new camera outdoor, see how that goes. So I'm going to start shoveling, see if I don't get discouraged very fast, but I don't want to spend all my energy shoveling this, because then I won't want to go in the bush. But look on what I have to go step over there. That's a lot of snow. I haven't been up there for a while now. I've been at the cabin too much lately. So wish me luck. I'm going to start shoveling and see how that goes. See you in 2 hours. Well, I'm not shoveling this. I'd have to shovel all that, and it's hard as rock. So that's the snow that was produced when the grader was coming and threw all that snow into the driveway. So fuck it. So I gotta go up this way, right there. So see how high I gotta climb. So that's how much snow is at least. So there's a good 3 feet of snow. And I brought myself a little sled. So I'll just put my backpack in there, and I'll haul the sled and see how she goes. And I want to go back to my shelter and see how it's holding up through all that snow that fell and everything. But I don't even know if it's going to be accessible, because that's a lot of snow. And I'm not sure how the snow is going to react, because if we test it out real quick. See how it easily falls? You know. So I don't know with snowshoes, but I'll start by putting on my snowshoes and I'll see how that goes. I'll be right back. What the fuck? There's already so much snow. These are cheap snowshoes. My tubs. Like a tub of shit. So I don't know how this autofocus is going to work. I've put it to try and track my face. So I'll see how it goes. So please be patient with me. This is the very first time I film outside with this camera. The only time I filmed really much with it was inside in a controlled environment. Now I'm going with natural light and everything. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but hey, it's part of trying out my new gear, because this is my new camera, and it's to replace my old GoPro Hero 2, which I'm only going to be using most probably to film in my kayak, or where I don't want to waste that one. Because that one is weather sealed, but it's not waterproof. You know, like I can't soak it in water and expect it to work. Right, snowshoes on. I got my snowshoes on. I got my stereo pumping. Oh, this tripod is bullshit. We really need to buy a new tripod. My God. This is gonna be fun. Okay. Once on the snow is not too bad. It's gonna be to bring my sleigh on the snow without it falling. Okay. Holy shit, there's a lot of snow. I'm going to overexert myself in no time. And this sleigh is really a cheap Pelican I had for the kids. It's not the go in the bush at all. Okay, let's do this. So there's tracks. That looks like a fox or something. Not that big. I see a bunch of rabbit shoes. Rabbit tracks. Holy shit, I'm sinking a lot. I think I'll be overexerted just to get there. Because it's a decent walk. And see how I'm singing pretty much. Holy shit. Sorry for my French. But it's really, really a lot of snow. It's not too shabby, yeah? Okay. Oh, little rabbit tracks. Let's take a picture of this. I wish a little red light would turn on to my camera when it's telling me I'm filming, because I'm trying to save my battery. I have a I bought the bottom, I don't know what it's called, a camera shoe or camera something. It's something that screws underneath the camera, and then you can add an extra battery in there. And what's fun about that is it permits me to prioritize the battery in there first. When that one dies, then it goes to the battery in the camera, so it gives me time to hot swap the old one and never run out of juice. That's another cool feature of this camera. Oh shit. Oh. Remember I told you I had a cheap fucking tripod, huh? I have a cheap fucking tripod. Come on, you. Fuck. I win, you lose. I think I put my cord too long. Alright, so I'm not going to film my way sweating and swearing all the way. I'll take that back when I'm near the shelter. Save battery at the same time. Hey. That's how much snow fell. Look at that. Shit. That's my shelter, man. You know? There's no snow on the bed whatsoever. But look at the bed where it is. God. That's a lot of snow. Oh. Look at that. Man, I have like a second natural wall now. And I can't even take off my snowshoes here. Good news is that moose didn't come back. because there was no track at all. I can't even sit in there. Jesus. I'm gonna try to go down there. Oh man, there's like at least 4 feet of snow on the shelter. Holy shit. Okay, this is not working. I won't shovel. I'll put the camera back and be back. Oh, that reset the video. That's interesting. So it resets the video because most probably it fell on the battery that was in the body. Yeah, that's it. So you can't be filming and changing the battery, but at least I was able to change it without even powering down the camera, which is a great feature. So I'm already 1 battery down, and I think 2 batteries, because I think the battery in the body was dying slowly. So I'm not sure how much battery I got left. But that's pretty much what I wanted to do. I didn't want to drag it. I didn't bring any food or anything. I just have a frozen, not frozen, but a dehydrated mountain house, and just in case. Yeah, and I've learned a bit doing this shelter because it had been a while I didn't do a lean-to. And one thing I learned, and I already knew this, is that I want this higher because I'm banging my head like just sitting in a bed. So what I'll want to do is put it a little bit higher, but then change the angle. And then what I'll do is in the back, I'll make a wall be in the back. So what we're going to do is when we go and find our new spot, I'm going to make a much durable, much longer, durable, whatever shelter. It's going to be most probably based on a lean-to, but I'm going to build walls on it. So I might not even need trees. I'll see. I might want to have trees for the strength. Because like you see, I can be, you know, like over here, we're not worried about hurricanes or stuff like that, but freak snow, man. We can get hit very hard with snow. And like you see, you know, it's not very obvious. Look at that. That's, you know, that's the floor. And that's by where I came. Look at the front there. You know, there's... Usually this was ground in front of me, man, and now it's just snow. You know, remember my little tree where I hang my that's where I hang my things usually. And look at that, there's a good 2 feet of snow there, and that's underneath a tree. So imagine where there's no tree to block half of the snow. You know. Hey, look at that, moose hair. That's for that little moose that came around here. There was hair everywhere. And talking of that moose, I got a friend that's got a cottage about 6 lands beside this land. So going north. And because the land here is going east to west. And about 5 to 6 lands, maybe 7 even, north from here, he's at the edge of the land. And that's public land at the end there, so his cottage is not a cottage but a hunting cabin, I guess. And he says that this winter he saw at least 2 or 3 moose. So I'm wondering if our friend that came over here is now hauling his ass over there, because here I wonder how moose can travel in the snow, because without snowshoe, man, it's just, you know, I don't want to try it because the boots that I have on right now are not really made to walk in snow. It's more like it's waterproof Gore-Tex boots, but they're not made to go in heavy snow. I wear them with my snowshoes and that's it. But I'm very certain that if I start trying walking that snow, I'll have it up to my waist at least. So I try to imagine a poor moose that tries to move in this snow. It must be unbearable. Yeah. Well, just sitting here, man, and blah blahing there is making me cold. So I'm going to wrap this up. We came to the shelter. The shelter is still standing up, man, and that's really impressive, because there's at least 3 feet of snow on the whole back of the shelter, all over it. And at the bottom it's even worse, because some of that snow fell down at the bottom. So at the bottom there must be over 4 feet of snow, and all that weight is on those pieces of wood, and I can almost see them making a bit of a banana. But you know, I'm not even scared that they would break, because it's really solid. It's impressive. So that's it. So I'm going to wrap this up most probably back at the truck, because I'm parked right now on the side of the road. So I'm like two of my wheels are in the road. So I'm not even sure if I won't come back to a ticket. So I don't want to stay parked like that for too long. So what's cool, like I said about this camera before, I keep talking about my camera, I'm sorry. This toy is really, it's an impressive little piece of gear. And for the price that I paid for it, it's packed with a lot of features. And like I said, it's got built-in Wi-Fi. And there's an app that comes, that's made by Panasonic, that I can actually control the whole camera from my phone. Almost 100% of it. And a cool feature is I can actually browse through the pictures that are on the camera and then send it to my phone, and from there I can send it on Instagram. But even better than that is I was able to, that video that I shot when I was coming in, and you could see how buried this was. I took that video and I pressed play in the camera, and I was watching the video, and then when I saw that shot where we see clearly that this is Doug, I pressed on pause, and I was able to take a picture of that. That's going to make my life so much easier, because right now all the thumbnails that I put for my videos, I actually load that video in VLC, then start looking for a shot. Now I can just take my camera and take a picture. And if I forget to do that, I can just take a picture through the video, send it to my phone, throw that on Instagram, example, and that spits it out on Facebook and on Twitter. And then after that, when I'm ready to make my video, I just send it to my computer via Bluetooth and blah, blah, blah. It's amazing. I love technology. So I'll take my wife's advice, man. I need a new tripod, because this tripod just wants to break looking at it. The sheer weight of all that on it. It's crazy, man. My microphone is not that heavy, but the camera with the bottom of it, it most probably adds it up to almost a kilogram. And this tripod is rated for 6 kilogram. You know, like, it's got one on it and it's bending. So I saw one tripod that can put 22 kilograms like on it. It's completely ridiculous. And it's made out of carbon fiber, and it's got a hook at the bottom. So when you unfold it, the bottom post got a hook, so you can actually put your camera bag or something that is heavy there, which adds just stability. And oh, the sun's coming out. But it's $160, I think, which is pretty steep. But you know, I'll say like my wife said, if you're going to buy a $1,000 camera, buy a tripod for it. Else you're a dumbass. Well, I'm a dumbass. I forgot to buy a tripod. But I bought a bag. I bought a bag, 3 batteries, another charger, a light with 2 batteries, and a charger. And that's it. So I just missed a tripod. But I already mentioned that before. I'm in need of a tripod. Okay. So I'm shutting you down. And then we'll wrap it back up at the truck. After I swear a lot going down there. It's going to be fun. Yay! Bye-bye. Well, there goes 2.5 minutes of my life. Like I said before, there's a little indicator that says when there's sound, and I wasn't watching that little indicator, and my microphone was off. So the built-in mic is not that bad. And what's cool about this mic is, look, can you hear a background noise right now? You hear that background noise? That's one of my switches. And look, I'll just turn on something here. There. That should be less present. Well, I hope so. Anywho, no, I can still see it. So anyway, whew. So we were in a bush. The goal of this video was not really for an outdoor activity, but more of a I want to go and check this camera when I film outside in the cold and so on. Battery life was not extraordinary. The only problem is I only have one real Panasonic battery. The two other ones are cheap DSCT or whatever. I got that on Amazon, and they don't seem to hold the charge as much as the Panasonic. So I might be spoiling myself and ordering myself some real Panasonic batteries, so then I would have three. And a feature that I've discovered is the shoe of the camera that I have on. When that battery dies out, it switches automatically to the body camera, and I can actually swap that battery. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, very, very feature-rich camera. And I can see right now it's tracking my eyes, and it's trying to track the eye that is closest to the camera. It's really freaky and freaking me out. So really, really feature-rich camera, and I really love it. And the G85 is the North American version. The same camera is called the G80 in Europe. I think the difference between the two is a guy in Europe was complaining about this camera not being able to film videos longer than 29 minutes. And I don't have that issue on that G85, because right now it's telling me I could go on for 5 hours and 42 minutes, and that's what's left on my 64 gig. So I have 3 64 gig cards, so I can record 18 hours of footage, and each video would be a good 6 hour long. So there's no limitation, and that's one of the good features of this camera compared to most DSLR, which stop at 28 minutes, which is, I don't know why they do that. I heard something about licensing or tax or whatever. It's just stupid. So regardless, we're back home. I'm going to light myself a nice little fire to warm up the house before my wife gets back, because she's kind of frisky. And this trip at the same time really proved the point that I need a tripod. The tripod doesn't have the body to hold all that together, so the camera keeps wanting to swivel on the side because the mechanism doesn't lock, it just tightens, and it doesn't tighten strong enough to hold it. And the whole thing is bending naturally to the left, and it's just a cheap tripod. So I really need to invest in a much better. So next Friday, I'm going to get myself most probably a carbon fiber. You know, I'm going to go big bucks on that and get myself something strong, because I don't want to have my investment fall on the floor because my tripod breaks in the middle of it. So I really like this camera, and I would like to keep it a few years. But I didn't know. I was always checking the Canons, because they have such a good reputation, and the Canon ADD was pretty much what I wanted, but it's an outdated camera, and they're supposed to come out with the 90D in the very near future, and it's most probably going to be over $1,000. So the G85 came out 6 months after that camera, and it beats his ass without even trying. Sorry. And it's made by Panasonic. So up to now, it's a solid camera. It's got a lot of features. Battery life is in normal weather, like when you're inside, or like during the summer, it's going to be very, very good. I'll most probably be able to last over an hour of straight video on only one battery, but we'll see as it progresses. And yeah, that's it. So we have a new camera on the channel, and I hope it films really well, because it's going to be cool filming my adventures with that, because my GoPro wasn't cutting it for me. The audio was crappy, the video was crappy because it's a wide angle camera, so everything was like a fisheye. And this you see at the edges the straightness. Like if I take my axe and I bring it to the edge, you see that it keeps its straightness. On a GoPro, this axe would be all bent, like it would be bent like a banana. So get in there. So that's it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'm going to try to keep this edit as short as I can. There's a lot of footage, but I really wanted to emphasize on the shelter and how much snow. It's crazy. I'd love to go sleep there, but with all that snow, it's going to be hard to make a fire. I shoveled in front of it, but even then, you know, I might attempt it in 2 weeks, but we'll see. We'll go with the weather, and that's it. I'm proud of this camera. I'm proud of this video. Please subscribe, please like, and you can check also my Instagram. If you go down in the description, you'll see the link to my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. And if you're watching this on Facebook, you can also see my YouTube channel. So it would really be appreciated if you'd come and subscribe on my YouTube channel also. And I'm trying to grow my YouTube and my Facebook at the same rate, but I'm seeing that Facebook is growing faster because of the promotion tools and all that stuff. They don't have that much on YouTube, so they rely on good content, and obviously I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to get there. So thank you very much, and talk to you guys later. Bye. Are you still there? You're watching me split my wood. You see how dry that is, huh?